Man.
God level, you can tell him I said it. Level up. God level, you can tell him I said it. Level up. God level, you can tell him I said it. Level up. Level up. Level up. Go.
Everything that means everything. Eyes connected to everything, and that's why I'm in everything. All eyes on me, all eyes on everything. That means everything. Eyes connected to everything.
Okay. I want to apologize for being late. We were not being divas.
Says who?
I know, right? I want to thank everyone for jumping in on tonight's live. This is things that people don't want to talk about. This is our last podcast of the year. Just of the year. We will be back January the 7th. You know, so we're just doing a Q&A. We don't have a lot of people in the room just yet, but I've been a menace. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I better go through the full thing. I'm God level. Ivy.
Oh God, I'm gonna go on mute. I'm gonna just start off.
I am God level. I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm a mother. I'm a nurse. I'm an aunt. I'm a TT. I'm a GG. I'm a friend. I'm a cousin. I am everything good. I got this podcast, and I also got 2 businesses floating around in my head right now. Look for that in 2025. Okay. All right, John, you want to? Well, sorry, Ivy, you want to go ahead and represent yourself? Keep switching around. I don't know where
What's going on, y'all? I'm not a menace this year just yet. I will be a menace to society in 2025. I'm just messing with you. Hey, what's going on, peoples? It's your girl, Inattentive Ivy, coming at you from the PNW, the wonderful Pacific Northwest. Mom, sister, friend, former broadcast journalist in the military. I'm always talking about mental health, these damn ADHD hamsters. And today I look like a frog. You know what I'm saying? Because we chilling out. That's what we doing. I'm just saying. You like my new one? Oh my God. Yeah, so on this mental health journey, sharing my sugar honey iced tea, you know, so I can keep myself accountable and sharing for healing. And as always, I'm going to keep it a buck, y'all. Let's go.
You better know it. John, you want to go ahead and represent yourself?
John Skywalker, the Sly Talker here. I'm a lyricist, spoken word artist, martial artist, personal trainer, lover of life, student of psychology, and I'm a father who is currently taking personal training clients right now. That's kicking my ass. Personal training clients right now. This could be for New Year's resolutions. This could be for that summer body, because hey, it can take you 6 months. Y'all trying to do it in a month? Nope. No ma'am, no sir. No, that's not how we do this. There's no cheat codes. If you want it to stay off, if you want it to last longer, you're going to have to put in some work. So if you're committed to your fitness, your health, if you want some, self-confidence to add to your regimen, I'm your guy. Yeah, get a trainer, hire a trainer at master.johnskywalker, at master.johnskywalker on Instagram. Send me a DM. All we got to do is have a conversation. You ain't got to buy anything yet. Let's just feel each other out. See if I can serve you. Salute.
Salute. Oh, wait a minute. I'll be a little late. Can I get the link to get in, Sherman? Sure. Yes. Because it's the last podcast of the year. That was perfect timing. Shit. Yeah, I don't know. Jesus. What do we do? I'm sorry. King Newborn, go ahead and represent yourself. I was like,
he is like, what's going on here?
I can't hear you. Your mic is muted.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, unmute.
Hello, I'm back now. How about now?
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Peace. This King Newborn. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Newborn Everything. And as always, I am that I am, of service to family, friends, and the community. Peace, love, and light. Welcome.
Peace, love, and light.
Yeah.
All right. This is the last podcast of the year before we go on vacation. You know, it's the end of the year. Christmas is here. The New Year's is here. You know, a lot of people like to spend time with their families. Everyone on this podcast know that I am family first. This podcast will always come second versus what they have going on, versus what any one of us may have going on in their life. I don't care if it's birthdays, it's a holiday, or just you just need a mental day. I'm okay with that. Do your thing. I want you to be on here fresh and ready to go. So we got the last 3 weeks off. And then next month we'll come back in with something a little spicy.
Let's go.
I just told John about it. He's okay with it.
Yay!
We need to find Ivy, we ain't no good together.
None. Not a bit. Not a bit.
Okay, I've been a menace all day on TikTok. If y'all gotta go check me out on TikTok. It's God Level. I have been absolutely a menace on TikTok talking about Jay-Z.
Whoa.
Yes. And you know, in my world, in God Level's world, men are broken down into 2 categories: protector, predators. And they are like oil and water. They do not mix. You know what? That would be so nice, Maggie. Okay, you know I'm ADHD. Don't be doing that.
Oh, somebody else is claiming the hamsters. Step into the room. Man.
That would be so nice. We're going to work on that for 2025. Well, I'm sorry. Well, does anybody else have anything to say? Because all I can talk about me all day. and what I've been doing. Honey, I got people fighting on my TikTok.
So there was a couple of people who I knew called in with some questions, right?
Oh, okay.
Ask some questions. I'm gonna wait for them to pop up, and bring their questions to the forefront. But I'll tell you what's been on my mind for these last couple of couples, right? So, God Level told me, I've kind of been into astrology and this whole entire thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody else is, digging that. But seriously, like the fact that Pluto is now in Aquarius, and oh my God, like that's popping off, people's like for real. Like they I've heard astrologers say that that when Pluto goes into Aquarius, because Aquarius is known as the maverick, the rebel, like the agent of social change. Like when Pluto goes into that's when it kind of starts upending things. Like the last time that Pluto was in Aquarius, check this out, y'all. Pluto was in Aquarius during the French Revolution, the American Revolution, like these big regime changes. And look at what's happening. We only like a couple of weeks into this month, and Assad has been ousted. South Korea has had martial law for like the last, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
it didn't work, by the way. The people weren't going for it.
Man, but listen,
America, please don't try that shit over there.
Man, listen, I'm just saying the UHC that thing happened. There's been a lot of movement, and I try not to get into conspiracy theories, so I'm gonna stay away from them. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of change that's been happening really quickly.
Yes,
really quickly. So I'm like, that's what I'm noticing. Like there is a lot of this. I'm talking like rapid shift. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hold on to your wigs and lashes, ladies, for 2025.
Come on.
Hold on to your wigs and lashes for 2025.
Or not.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Look.
Did you say or not?
Oh my goodness. Or not. Just saying. Look, do I want to say something? King, what do you want to say? You want to say something after that? I'm going to go on mute and turn my camera on.
Johnny.
I mean, he said it. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, you can look at it one way. Has it been protecting you all this time or not? Shit.
So glue your shit down, ladies. Hey, Queen.
Hey.
Oh my God.
Yes. So, hold on to your wigs and your lashes, or choose not to. Make sure you got some bundles in your to-go pack.
You gotta take down real good, huh?
Bad.
Good luck with that.
So anybody who's watching out there, what do you want to talk about? Like, what do you got? Do you guys have any questions? Do you have any questions of us? Do you have any questions of, I don't know, the other viewers? Like, that would be a great thing, because y'all hear us talk every week. So
And we always ask questions. Yeah, we're always asking y'all questions.
So what do you guys want to ask us?
I want to ask one quick question out the gate that I think no one has taken time out to put out there. This to the panel. What is the mission statement of God Level? I'm just curious.
What is the mission statement?
The mission statement of God Level are things that people don't want to talk about. And Mr. Mac, I will be addressing you shortly. So I'm sorry, which Bo? You want both?
Oh, run through it.
Somebody, God Level is about operating in your highest potential and beyond. That is God Level. That's operating. That's you going beyond the call of your own, of what people say your potential is, or your own perceived potential, and going beyond that. Things that people don't want to talk about is giving back which was lost. Now that came from Inattentively Ivy. Did I say it right?
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay, that came from Ivy, from one of her hamsters. They was cooking that day, baby. They was in that kitchen, homie. They was cooking that day. And Mr. Mac, he's guilty by association. He is guilty by association. Jay-Z's a very smart man. He's a very smart man. That's why. And here's the thing. For me, I break men down into two categories: protectors and predators. Predators and protectors are like oil and water. You saying nope, nope, nope. What's the number? What's the number?
It's right there.
That's right there. Call in, Mr. Mac. We can talk about this right now. Don't let me go to New York on you, dude. Come on, son. Yeah, hit the number. Hit the number. Guilty by association. Look at P. Diddy, the rumors surrounding P. Diddy and how he was moving. Come on now. You gotta be okay with, you see your mans over there. That's how your mans get down. You're not gonna say anything about that. Which brings me to another problem in the Black community. I hate to say it. Men have a problem with checking other men when it comes to their behavior. There you go.
People.
Yeah, but I'm just pointing out, a simple fact. Me and Mr. Carlos had this conversation yesterday. Where he at?
People.
Okay, I'm calling you all out.
People. Yeah,
people.
People.
Let me jump in and say this, right? I believe that people are different. I am different from who I was 20 years ago. I've gone through at least 2 iterations. You know what I'm saying? And I know for sure that, like, when people are like in their 20s, it's like you do things because you're still kind of operating in that reptilian brain a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? That mammalian brain. So it's like sometimes we do things that are
undeveloped frontal lobe.
Yeah, come on, man. Like, we do things that can sometimes be unconsciously selfish, that can sometimes be unconsciously harmful, right? But then you grow up, you acquire some things, you realize that you got to move your mind differently, in order to protect that which you have acquired, that which you have, that you care about, that you love. So that means that you start developing, you know what I'm saying, in different ways. People may
attachments and distractions,
but that changes over to love for your family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did a lot of my changes not only I did a lot of changes for me, but I also did them because I was like, I want to be able to be better for my children. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want my children to see something different. So I'm going to say that Jay-Z 20 years ago had to be a lot different. 24 years ago was different than he is now. Go ahead.
We got a call.
definitely.
I don't mean to cut you off. How you doing, Mr. Matt?
Free all the black man, free R. Kelly, Bill Cosby. Yeah, get to it.
Let's get to it. Why do you feel like Jay-Z didn't do it?
Well,
Turn the music down in the back because I want to hear him clear. Thank you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me? So
Yeah.
I heard you say simply that you have two categories for men.
Yes.
And I just don't think that's fair when you have a black man that come from Monty Project
Mm-hmm.
and got to go through all of these variables. We are not comparable to anybody. Our people, we can't be simplified like that, first of all. Second of all, you saw a few pictures of, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you saw a few pictures with Jay-Z with Diddy. Then that means you gotta bring up Mary J. You gotta bring up anybody who stood next to this industry mogul.
Mm-hmm.
You can't there's no way you can tag him from a picture and then put it in front of a white court. It's something we really don't trust at all. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we can see the pattern here, how they really just cutting the head of all the high black achievers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from Michael Jackson, look what they did to him. And then it comes out after he dead, now he's clear. Just because he wanted to get the Beatles publishing or Jay-Z or P. Diddy really wanted to sue these big these white liquor companies. Those are I think that's a big deal, you know. And so, you know, I just don't chastise them once they get hit in front of the public like that. That's all.
Okay. So you wait for the receipts. You wait for the receipts.
Always.
Okay.
Jack Johnson. If you know about Jack Johnson, then you know the history of this.
Okay.
These are all Jack Johnson accusations. The black man who was beating up everybody in boxing, and then they hit him with sexual trafficking.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? So they've been doing this for 30, 40 years. When they can't beat you intellectually, you got too much influence.
They destroy your character.
That's what they do.
Okay.
That's what they do. I'm just watching the pattern.
Mm.
I can't see Jay-Z. I can't see nobody coming out know where he came from, touching no 13-year-old girl. Come on now. 13?
Right.
I hope he ain't that sick. You know, and so and we still don't know what Diddy did. Does anybody know what the man did yet? That's crazy too. No one can say actual fact what these people did. That's what's baffling to me. So
the rumors surrounding Diddy have been out for years.
What's that?
The rumors surrounding Diddy have been out. It's been out for years.
So I think what he's asking is, it's a very direct question. What did, like, what's the crime? That's what he's getting at. What's the crime?
For him now?
Yeah, what's the crime? That's what he's trying to figure out.
It should be simple. They kicked all this man houses in. They did so much. It should be very simple to say what he did. They don't throw you off so we don't know. We can't say factually what this man did. We should be able to say that by now.
I thought it was sex trafficking.
No, you should be able to answer that better than that.
Yeah, sex trafficking. He had a lot of stuff going on. A lot of people came forward about the abuse that they suffered during his freak off parties, being drugged up. That I thought that was common knowledge.
But see, everybody thought something. Don't nobody know for sure is the fact. No one knows what he's being charged with. We all operating off rumors.
A story.
A story that is being corroborated by a lot of people. I mean, you've seen the video of him and Cassie, did you not?
Yeah, okay, now that's one thing. All right,
Okay.
but we're talking about the big thing.
Yeah.
Look, I grew up in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not making light of what happened with Cassie and everything.
Right.
Everybody want to grab hold of Cassie. When Cassie, she left one producer to jump to this other producer. She's not the most moral and ethical person.
And that's the first thing that people do. They destroy the character of the woman. She went from one person to the next. What does that have to do with the fact that he beat the shit out of her on camera?
She still didn't deserve to get beat.
That's what I'm saying.
Period.
St. Louis, and I'm not making light of what he did. I'm not justifying it at all. But I wouldn't say he beat the shit out of her.
He kicked her like a dog. I ain't gonna say he beat the shit. He kicked her like a dog. Okay, I mean, man, thank you, Swift. Go ahead.
She got 30 million.
She got 30 million.
Yeah, she did.
Okay, your point.
Hold up. Let me stop.
And I'm not trying to justify that.
Hold on. Time out. Go ahead.
Time out. Let me explain something about abuse, right? It's an absolute fact that the only reason why that was caught on camera was because of the fact that he had gotten so comfortable in his abuse that he didn't give a shit. Okay? I don't care who you are. I don't give a fuck. And I'm going to put it right. I'm going to put it just like that, right? You do not hit somebody else. If I went and I smacked the shit out of one of my boys, everybody would be ready to put me in a jail, right? Everybody would be ready.
Yeah.
And I don't give a shit what, and because of the fact that they actually caught it and put it on video, that means that it had happened repeatedly. That was just one incident. That was one documented incident, but abuse never happens in a vacuum. It never happens one time. It's a repeated cycle. And here's where I say about anybody who has receipts. I'm still waiting for Jay-Z's receipts, because my thing is that that's what I look for. I look for, do you have that character, right? Do you have that character way down deep inside to do something like this? But I got to see receipts of it. Me personally, I haven't seen receipts of it from all his time in the public eye, right? So I'm waiting. But if you got receipts, if it is a part of you, if you are known for anger issues, if you are known for being manipulative, if you are known for being exploitive, it's what it is. It's what it is. Like they say that where there's smoke, there is fire. Hey, what's going on? Sergeant Major Witherspoon, I see you. Hey, fam. Hey, fam. No, if you have that character, period, you have that character. Where there is smoke, there's always fire. There's always fire. Okay. Unless you have a reckoning. So, I mean, you can miss me. You can miss a million other people who have been abused in their life with that. It was only one thing and it was her fault. No, sir.
Yeah.
No.
That's where it was leading to.
Wait. Look, we starting to veer. He's not incarcerated about that. So let's just, I'm not trying to emphasize that. That's been taken care of. And that's just an example of what I'm talking about. I'm not justifying it. So I hope I don't sound like I'm making light of what he did to the girl. That's not what I'm talking about. But I'm being as technical with this situation as the court system is with our people. So what presses my button is sort of like what presses your button. That abuse seemed like it pressed the button as it should. For me, it's, the predatory activities of the justice system on a black man. And so we're not really talking about that. We're really talking about the simple question of what the man did, and we really don't know. So now we're grouping up a bunch of rumors He didn't conduct the most ethical and moral business. We know that. His contract was horrible, you know, but we still can't say what he did. That's all I'm saying. I'm just putting the same energy that takes place in the court. He's almost guilty beforehand. You know, you got Amber Comby. They let him out on bail.
I seen that. 10 million. 10 million. Yep. I seen that.
Yeah, 10 million. The man gave 50 million plus houses, 3 attempts. And, you know, I know a lot about this, but I know more than the rumors. I also know he got kids that somehow vouch for him. You know, kids are also indicators of abusers. They tend not to be so cuddly. Abusers don't normally ride with their mothers like this. Diddy has a reputation of being tight with his mama, being tight with his kids.
That's rumored. That woman is rumored to be his aunt. I'm just saying.
I mean, I never heard that before. But
Really?
I've never heard that lady was his auntie. That's the first time I heard that. So, I'm not here to justify Clean Diddy, by the way.
Okay.
I heard some heavy breathing over there. So, I feel like some eyes and necks is rolling over there.
No, ain't no eyes and necks is rolling over here. We know.
I'm definitely a protector of a black woman. I'm a protector and a provider. But I'm just talking about legally. I think this is abusive what they're doing to the brother. They got him on Rikers Island, along with R. Kelly should be out. Come on now.
That was R. Kelly was messed. R. Kelly married Aaliyah, and how old was she when they allegedly got married?
Okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
But we got to step outside of America. If you ever travel, and I would never think of.
We can't go by what somebody else do. When we gonna fix what we got going on in our community?
You're right.
You know, we
You're
keep
right.
looking at everybody else. Well, they do it. How come we can't do it? Do you know the reason why a lot of victims do not come forward is because of that. What goes on in this house stays in this house.
Yeah, that's true.
That is why. Come on now. And then the first thing we want to say, well, she was a hoe. No. And then we want to come for defend the guy that actually did it.
Hold on now.
Mm-hmm.
That's something else we lacking.
Okay, go ahead.
The P word.
The parent.
The parents that dropping these kids off and being like, bye-bye, have a good time, baby. How do we talk about a child and we not talking about the parent? Aaliyah didn't drive herself over there. And I'm not justifying it. We got to put the full picture in there. That's all.
Okay.
You don't agree with that?
I can see. I'm being curious.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm being curious, and being curious. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am one to say that sometimes I don't see things from a different from my brother's perspective because I don't live that life, right? And I can definitely understand. I can definitely understand what you're saying, especially when you brought it back to like Jack Jackson and how he was persecuted, right? And like, you know, there's been countless other men who have been in situations that were fabricated and because of the fact that they probably, I mean, that's happened with our people for years and years, right? And I can see what you're saying when you're like, oh, come on, man, like this is another one,
yeah,
and that is not cool. And I understand what you're saying. You're like, you're basically saying let us not be persecuted, just like you got all these white men who are out here who were doing all this bullshit and they're getting off, like the guy from the Cayman Islands, like, you know, like Epstein,
yes,
like
Weinstein. They just let him out of jail.
You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, you're saying let the system be equal. Here's what I'm saying. I'm saying them, and I don't care what race you are. If you are a predator and you have predatory behaviors, you need to be locked behind a door somewhere. That's our people. That's them. That's the other ones. I don't give a shit if you purple. That's facts. That is on my mama. If you have predatory behavior, because that affects me, that affects my daughter, that affects your daughter, that affects your niece. And if you give a blank statement, a blanket statement and say that all of these predatory men should just be allowed to, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if the receipts are there, then that, but I'm saying, we already know, we have the receipts of R. Kelly. We have the receipts. I hate to say it because Cosby was my man, but we have the receipts of Cosby. You understand what I'm saying? That monk who's getting ready to take office, we have receipts of him.
Oh, no.
And guess what?
What Cosby do? Would he drop a few pills?
No, don't.
I'm just saying.
That's cute. That's cute. You tried it.
Yeah, dude. You drop a few pills. I mean,
no. I'm saying like during that era, that's how they party. Let's not forget that a lot of these people adopted these behaviors from someone else's character.
That is very true.
I'm not justifying it. I'm not saying that they should not have been penalized, but some of this stuff is abusive. I mean, you know, when you want to rehabilitate somebody, other cultures, they send their people off to other forms of rehabilitation. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that they should not be penalized, but, you know, some of this stuff is you don't think it's a little inhumane, what's going on with some of these guys, or you just think they deserve to be decapitated like that?
What about the women? What about the women that was used as party favors on the table that was underage?
You know, we can talk about this.
Are you talking about Bill Cosby?
Bill Cosby? No, I'm talking about Diddy. I'm saying we want to. Why are we? That's the problem. Why? That's the problem.
So here is the issue.
Listen, I still don't know who the underage people. I've heard the story, but I still can't say factually that on record that any of these that he did something with the child. I mean, can you? I just don't know. I'm playing the role of like an attorney now.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know factually. I've heard 100 rumors. Yes, I have. But why Justin Bieber ain't saying that? Like,
that's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's embarrassing.
I mean, have your ass taken away from you? Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, when you be hesitant in coming out saying, "Yeah, this man drugged me up, bit me over, and 2, 3, 4, 5 men had their way with me," would you be eager to come out and say that?
No, I would.
Yeah. So it's basically we could talk about this like forever and forever, right?
Yeah.
And that the parents were okay until them checks stopped coming.
Oh.
Look.
Okay, Miss Smith. Okay, Miss Smith.
Man, come on. Because that's also true. That's also true. At the end of the day, the thing is that
thank y'all for having me on. I just wanted to put my 2 cents in there.
Thank you.
You know, protect our women. Our women have been abused for far too long.
There you go.
I got to make that point. Now I'm not in my lawyer bag. I know what's going on in our community, and it ain't right.
There you go.
Yes. Also, black men have been persecuted. So yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Mm-hmm. That's true. So I love what y'all do. Thanks for having me on, and I'm listening.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mr. Mac.
Okay.
All right.
Every time I see him pop up, I think it's Mac tonight. It's Mac tonight. Nobody remembers that. No, just me. Was that a Midwest thing?
Oh, does anybody else have any thoughts on what's going on with Jay-Z, or are we moving on from that? Because that got a little heated.
How was it? I don't think that was heated. I think that was
spicy.
That was a spicy debate.
There was nothing wrong with that. That's beautiful.
No, I think
that's beautiful. We had a lot of shit go on this year.
Look, I think that King Newborn just put his microphone on as protest. Was like, I'm not saying nothing. Like, I'm just not going to say nothing about the situation. Mm-hmm. Nah, I want to hear thoughts and feelings from our 2 male panelists.
I don't like to speculate. That's why I understand where, our brother was coming from. It's like, because in the court of law, how reliable is the testimony, huh? As soon as you hear it, we're talking about a story, by the way. From my perspective, this is what happened. You swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth. Words. Okay? How reliable is the testimony? All right, now, as a lawyer, what are you going to do if you don't have any physical evidence? It's he say, she say. As a man, we're realists. We like to, because I'm telling you, we make decisions like that, and that's how we get results, okay? So this is why the system is designed. It's not about the truth. It's about what you can prove. That's the whole thing. So if you have a character witness, all right, the opponent is going to try to discredit them. And so everybody else out here, you know, since we're throwing it up to public opinion and it's a public court, that's what we doing. We ain't official. We're not critically thinking here. It's just some of us are just using our slants and our biases and just tossing it around and disguising it like it's facts. So John is more on the side of I could form an opinion, but it won't mean shit.
But when it's on tape,
come on, man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Fact,
when it's on tape. But I will say this again. I don't like to speculate. But one piece of information that stood out for me was 13 years old, but dad knows. I got a stepdaughter. Let me find out some shit like that. You think I'm not going to say anything? You think I'm going to wait 20 years to say something for my daughter?
Come on. Because that's getting dealt with in
You think I'm going to wait? Nothing?
That's the
my
difference.
Blood is boiling.
And a predator. That right there is the difference.
So this is what I'm saying. When someone comes out and they say that, and they say it's been 20 years later, 20 years ago, dad knows. Now I'm like, okay, hold up. You missed the whole fucking step. Dad, you got to talk now. I need some answers. I'm grilling you now. We'll come back to your daughter. I got some questions for you now. So we're just playing lawyers out here, and I'm not practiced enough to be a lawyer. So
that's the reason why I was like, I'm waiting for receipts. When it comes to Jay-Z, I'm like, I'm waiting for receipts. I'm waiting for receipts. And that's it for me.
That's not a very good father, baby.
That's if he knew. I'm waiting for receipts, man. I'm waiting for receipts. Because I was just telling you the other day, I was like, man, I like to have some type of verifiable fact. If there's some type of evidence, if there's something that's
the only evidence that I've seen of Jay-Z, even though I don't know if y'all familiar with Jaguar Wright, who's been talking about this man for 3 years. I've seen him in a P. Diddy's party before it got X-rated. He was snatching a phone out of someone's hand. I seen a video of him mashing a girl in the face, and his bodyguard or whoever was behind him actually seen him do it and looked like, dude, that's a whole female, but did nothing. So there are little videos out there that you're getting a glimpse of his character.
Yeah.
And you know, and let's just be real. Did you see the way that John just snapped off at the thought of something happening to his stepdaughter? He's not going to wait 20 years to handle it. He's going to handle it then. The difference between a protector and a predator going to snap out. A predator does not care.
Let me ask this. John, how old is your daughter?
She's 11.
She's 11 years old. I don't know about, something happens to you when you have children, and all the things that you might have thought, all the things that you might have believed, they change, they shift. When you have this fragile little person, you've got this fragile entity, with personality and feelings and everything, they change once you have a kid. So 11 years ago, John might have not, and I'm not saying this about you, John. I'm not saying this about you. I'm just I'm speculating, right? Maybe John wasn't in that same, maybe he wasn't in that same place, Jay-Z had to have Blue Ivy. He had to have, you know what I'm saying? He had to have it. Maybe he had to have his kids. I'm saying that when you normally things change, people evolve. So I can see him. He was from Marcy Gardens, man. Of course, I can see him snatching somebody's phone and throwing that shit because he's like, bro, I'm at a party. Get that out of my face. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to have a good time.
Yeah, but are we talking about character or are we talking about a crime?
Yeah, no one was supposed to have their phones at the party.
My thing is
collected. Yeah. Okay.
Character is just the accessory.
Mm-hmm.
We got to focus on the crime. That's
right.
what most men, I mean, in terms of this whole issue, again, I'm looking at everything and I'm like, okay, I get it. Men are in consensus. I like to see something tangible.
Yeah.
Because anybody can talk, anybody can come up with a story.
Yeah.
You know, and then you got to think, what does a story do to your brand? Your brand is how you make money.
Yeah.
The right story could fuck up your brand.
Come on.
Even if you did nothing, right, we're talking about that, right? So this is why we don't deal with the character. We're dealing with the crime. The character can match the crime, but you can't criminalize the character without the crime. You gotta have the crime. So the brothers are just saying, hey, can we get to the crime already? Yeah. I'm tired. So John is just, I'm tired of speculating. I just I want to shut this shit up. Show me. Just fucking show me. Please.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. And I'm in agreement with that.
You know, I'm neutral. Like, I don't like that whole fair. John, you automatically need to hold up. Shut the fuck up. This is my feeling. I don't have to do anything. Now, if you want to converse with me about how I arrived at my conclusion, we can do that. But this is not a, John, I'm going to convince you or I'm going to taunt you into, we're not doing that, because if I did that to you, that would be bullying.
Yes,
that would be emotional. Oh, you don't believe? Like, if I'm giving you facts, that's one thing. But if I'm bullying you because you don't feel and think how I feel about the speculation, it's a speculation, and you're bullying me to believe your speculation, and you're mad that I don't believe it so easily. But then it goes the other, so it's like, yo, can we not do that part? The bullying because speculation? Can it just be, hey, let's just, okay, we got all these theories out here. Nice. Too bad they're just theories.
Yeah.
Can we remember that part?
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
It's all about what you can prove. It's all about what you can prove. A story is cool, right? But
so when it came to P. Diddy, you held out until you seen, oh man, that video was just condemning. Yeah, until then, okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and so our brother before was just saying, so when he said that's done, he was saying he had to atone for that. So it was that incident got met with something. Whether we agree on the severity of the retribution, that got dealt with at that time. You can't charge the man for the same crime twice. You can't do it twice if he didn't do it again. You know, so this is what he's trying to do. He's saying, can you separate that and focus on the crime that's now? Like, if it's about sex trafficking, can we focus on the actual individuals that were involved in the trafficking? Can we focus on the transactions? Because, I mean, I'm sure you had money circulating. I mean, this is a business here. So I'm sure you can we get to that stuff, the code stuff, all right, hey, exhibit A, exhibit 7L. Can we get to that stuff? That's where the brothers are at. Can we see this receipts?
Yeah, I just
but
want to see
again, you got people that's like, man, you should not be asking for it. You should be feeling this way first, because like you want me to have the attitude first and just say fuck the evidence. Just wait for the evidence to confirm your attitude. We don't do that.
Do you believe in guilty by association?
Guilty by association. All right. I can accept
let's
some.
play with that. Yeah.
I can accept some of that. I can accept some of that. But it's not causal. It's correlational. That just means that the stars were they're just in the same space. They cooperate with each other, but you're not proving that they're actually involved with the thing that we're criminalizing him for. So we're saying, hey, can we focus on this thing? Let's not do this. Let's not do hey, they were at the same club at 7:05 when this Let's do the this cause B, cause C, cause D, and then now this is why we're here today.
Okay. All right. And I'm only saying that because I understand you have to be careful who you hang around with. You got to be careful who you associate with. If I am walking down the street with a woman that is a known 304 that sells, her JJ, people that see me with her are going to automatically assume, even if I'm not doing anything, she must be like her too. That's
fair. Yeah.
Okay. That's it.
I want to also add just one exhibit that we seen this
GPA,
year.
no. GPA.
One exhibit this year that we seen full completion from beginning to end. Jonathan Majors.
Mm.
What happened at the end of that story? What did he lose because of that story?
Your mic is off. Ivy, your mic is off.
My
Okay,
mic
go
is.
ahead.
Oh no, keep going.
Oh, okay. No, I thought you were talking. Okay. Go ahead. Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan. So this is the risk, right? This is the risk. We better not ask the question, and I understand. We better not ask the question, hey, what if she's wrong? We better not ask that question, because basically you're saying you're gaslighting this woman, right? She's a victim. Not evidence of a crime yet, but we've already labeled her, okay? She's already got the label. So you look at Jonathan Majors, and everyone's looking at the same thing like, yo, this dude didn't do anything wrong. What the fuck? He's like the real victim. And then in the end, he loses all these deals and all of this talk, like just the public image. Done, up in flames. Yeah. This man is burning alive. And then in the end, she drops the case. All that, all right, I'm done. Like that? Like that? That's a very serious thing, miss. Just like
Jonathan
that.
Majors, is this not the football? The guy that
It's the guy from the movies.
But there's
dang.
But there is
sorry.
but there is a guy that's just happened to. He was supposed to go pro the day before he was supposed to be drafted. They came out with rape allegations. And whatever career he would have had went down the toilet. So I do understand that these things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Now I gotta go look this up.
But you know, so it's I'm just identifying it's risky on both sides, right? It's risky on both sides. So hence, like taking into consideration for the woman to remain anonymous. For the the victim to be anonymous, I'm like, oh, that's cool, for her to remain anonymous. But then it's like, well, wait a minute. How do you know that this isn't how do you know that's legit? Okay, nothing. Because now all I got is a story. I don't even have a face. It's just it's
you don't have a face. You don't have a face of the woman who claimed that she was taken advantage of by Jay-Z 20 years ago.
I wait for the receipts. Mm-hmm. I always wait for the receipts, man. I'm telling you, being in public affairs, being in the journalism field, it taught me that. It's like, I mean, and it really also showed me that that unfortunately sometimes the best teams are the ones that win. You know what I'm saying? It's causal with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like everything can be a little bit of causal when it comes to allegations like this. So for me, I look at the fact that some people can make those. Some people they're different than who they were a long time ago, and I'm just like, I look for the receipts. Where are the receipts? That's right. Yes.
But you know what? But I will say this in lieu of that,
do you believe that men who had, I don't know if I want to say predator character behavior can change?
Can they rehabilitate?
Can they rehabilitate?
I don't
Depends.
see why not.
It
I don't see
depends.
why not. Motivation. What's your motivation?
That's true. Everybody can change. The question
Okay.
is, what will they actually do the work it takes to get there? I think that that's the question. Because at the end of the day, do they have the strength? I'm gonna be honest, man. Listen, people be talking about I shoot guns, I sling shit in the hood. That's not. There's no courage in that. There's no courage in that.
Yeah.
You know
Not
what I'm saying?
impressed.
It takes courage to face yourself. It takes courage to face your kids. It takes courage to face generational traumas and to push through that shit. That's what takes courage. So I think that people who have predatory, who might have had predatory behavior, and then they make that change, that is the ultimate sign of that is the strongest person that you could possibly ever think of. Because that's somebody who's got to. Can I tell the story real quick?
Go ahead.
Real quick. I promise you. It's only going to take 30 seconds.
Go ahead.
There was a fellow. That was in 12-step with me. This fellow had childhood predatory behaviors. Right?
Whoa. Okay.
Exactly. And however you feel about that, right? I mean, because I know I'm just like, ugh, right? But the fact that cat was on every day, yes, you have to be.
Love Shine.
Come on.
I love her. Come on now.
The fact that he was actually in that room every day, the fact that he was doing service 3 times a week, the fact that he went out into his community, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that cat was on his job every day to make sure that he didn't hurt any other people, any other kids, like nothing else. I had to take my hat off for him because that is fucking hard. It's hard. And he knows what he assumes that a lot of people think very ill towards him. He went to prison, he served his time, he came back out and he was like, I have to be on this every day because I don't want to do the same things that I did. That is courage. That takes courage. And so I believe for these people who are out here who might be doing predatory things, my question is do they want to change? Have they changed? Do they have a different mindset? And if they have a different mindset, then let the punishment fit the crime. You understand what I'm saying?
Now let's go on the other side of that right there, right? Let's go on the other side of that building, right?
Bro.
What happens because we're talking about rehabilitation. Yeah. What happens when you are misdiagnosed and you are given a treatment plan for something that you've already treated? But because the public doesn't believe you're rehabilitated, because they're the one who gave you the label. So now you got to prove to them, you got to prove to the public that you are not this thing, even though the whole time you were not this thing, but you've already been condemned for it. Because even though the evidence may say otherwise, they just believe it. It just seems to be true. They could take something that is totally not in alignment with your character, such as a drug addiction, and they can tie it to any character trait. People do that all the time.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
All the time, right? So this is what I'm saying. It's like, I believe in true rehabilitation for the individual who truly is, conditioned for the crime, right? They are exhibiting habitually the behavior. But what if it's someone, because we're talking about an isolated event, all it takes is one event, and then we have all of these mannerisms. We just have mannerisms, but we have this crime right here. It's like, oh yeah, not only did he do that shit, but he did everything else. Let's see.
D. Allen is a fool.
What the
idiot.
What the hell? What the hell?
Look, I took a break for a while. I took a break, bro. I took a break.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter. You didn't
see, I took a break and he didn't even notice it. I took
really,
a break from
D?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my God.
I posted my grandma today.
I thought we was getting ready to come for you. I ain't gonna even lie. It's been festering in my brain. My whole body chemistry changed. I was like, what? I thought we was getting ready to come for you because ain't nobody gonna come for John on this goddamn show.
Don't nobody talk about John Scott.
No. We was just saying today. I said, now, considering Jay-Z and his affiliates, if somebody came and told me that shit about John, I'd be like, yeah, right.
Right.
Where the receipts? Where the fuck is the receipts? So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like character, crime. You got to tie them together. But sometimes it's like you don't have a crime yet, but you have a character and what looks like a crime, and so you criminalize just that.
And let's go ahead and keep it. Let's go ahead and keep it a buck, man. A lot of people are so willing to live in this black or white thinking. This is the reason why people get canceled. This is the reason why people get personally assassinated, like their characters get assassinated, right? Because of the fact that you got these things, and people want to think in terms of black and white. Black and white thinking is manipulative. It is destructive. If you don't come into it's destructive. I'm saying that because
you don't have to talk about that, because you know,
real.
when it comes to being a protector and a predator, to me that's black and white. You either or you ain't. Either you about protecting women and children, or you a predator. Point blank. There is no in between for me.
There's gray. There is
no gray area.
I'm saying, all right, so me, I have learned to be in balance, and there's gray. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But no, let's play with that, right? So
I'm learning.
I get the black and white thinking. Either you is or you aren't, right?
Yeah.
So you don't think that could be on a continuum? You think it's without fail? You don't think men can fail to protect?
Oh, absolutely. That's the reason why I said it's a spectrum.
Okay.
We're not allowed to fail to protect. We're not allowed. Like, hey, I get it. I got it right all these times. I failed one time. God damn.
Yeah,
I got it right 67 times, but that one time, all I remember is that one time.
I got 99 problems, but if I fail,
I'm saying,
it's that one.
Let's go ahead and talk about it, because women are supposed to be nurturers. But the time that we're selfish, you just selfish. You in it for yourself. You're not. It is a continuum. Two things.
It's not in my character to be that way to my man. Y'all know.
You know
this.
what?
It ain't in my character. When he slipped, my hand is already at. Hold on. Where are we going?
but is that for all men or just your man?
Mine.
Oh, okay. So why is it that men have to protect all women, though?
Yeah, and people I deal with.
Why do
men
have to protect all women, though?
That's your job. That's why you were created. That's what you were born to do. It's in your DNA.
Wow.
You damn right. I said it.
I will say this.
Said it.
I will say this.
Damn right. That is your purpose.
That's my purpose.
This earth is to protect women and children. And do you know why? The children are the ones that's going to take care of you when you get old. The women are the ones that's going to bring in the next generation. So you goddamn right. That is your job, your purpose, and you better walk with pride with it.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there.
And I'm gonna say I heard that, but in the community, you know, it's kind of tilted. I understand some of the things that you're saying, but in the community, that's tilted. But I mean, it's peace, and I respect what you're saying.
Over here,
over
here in this community, I'm protected.
Right.
By both of you.
Just one caveat, and again, this because you are protected. I swear, y'all always leave out this part because this part is essential to signal to the other women who aren't protected. All right. You still have a responsibility to want to be protected. Damn it. You still got to respond. Y'all be missing that part. I'm protected because add that in there because y'all are conveying like it's automatic. Like there's no like it takes away. Yeah.
Entitlement. No, it's not.
There's a reason. Okay. There's a reason. And so if the women who aren't protected don't understand that reason, they won't get it. I'm not protecting liabilities.
Just because you can carry a baby don't mean you a good fit to be a mother. Everybody,
And
every
just
man
because
is
you
not.
can shoot off a
Every
nut,
man
don't mean
is
that you
not.
get to be
Every
a good
man.
father.
Every man.
Okay? And
Yeah,
just because
that's what
you
I'm
can
saying.
shoot out a nut, don't mean that you can be a good
Once
father.
again,
shit goes both ways.
respectfully,
You
I
know what?
understand
And
what
this is
you're
why we're
saying.
Hold on,
gonna
Renee.
be
Hold on, Renee.
talking
Hold on,
about
Renee.
You're not-
Hold on, Renee. Hold on, Renee. Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish.
Once again, this is why I said, before you even commented, before John even spoke, I said respectfully. Respectfully, I understand where you're coming from. But everybody is not supposed to bear kids. Everybody's not supposed to produce them. Everybody is not supposed to be protected. You would like for it to be in the, I don't know, let's use this beautiful word, perfect, in the perfect world, in the perspective of you want everybody to be able to do this, that, and the third. We're always trying to hold everybody accountable, but when it's all said and done, when it really comes to the community, it still points back to you. What are you doing to be a part
natural
of that?
order of things. When you get
Hold
back
on.
to the basic, it's the natural order of things.
But that involves
That's your
cooperation,
purpose.
right?
Yeah. Yes,
It's
it does.
cooperation. All right. So again, I want to emphasize here, I can't protect somebody that don't want to be protected.
If I ain't got
So if
authority
I give-
over it, don't make sense.
I'm gonna tell you something. The majority of my protection,
Authority.
it starts here first.
Okay.
What
All right.
authority do you
Okay.
have
So
over
okay.
Right
So
here.
but
You
wait.
know
But wait.
what?
But wait. If you guys are not necessarily, your job is not necessarily here to be protectors, then our job is not necessarily to always have to follow you. We're not supposed to be always submissive. We're not always
Right. No,
supposed to be. You
So hold on,
understand?
but he's
That's
not
the
saying
thing.
that. But that's not what he's saying
Authority
though.
means.
He-
And
What
where's
are
this
you talking
authority
about?
coming from?
Don't even go together.
Authority.
Now we doing
You
oil and water,
don't have
y'all.
authority over
I
it.
should have stayed.
No.
No, so
No,
what King was no, Ivy. So I think you misconstrued what he was saying about
Okay,
that.
all right.
It's about the reasoning. Like you don't just make those assignments without a reason. Every role, these are functions, right? When you say protector, provider, nurturer, those are functions. The action is in there. So
Okay.
there's a reason for it. You don't just say that and not explain the reason. That's what we do. We say, "Oh, you are a protector, a provider." Okay, why? Motivation, right?
That's your
You gotta
purpose.
go deeper. You gotta go deeper than that. Come on,
Okay.
that is a function.
Okay,
No,
I'm going to
Renee,
leave off on this note because we're at our 1 hour, and I'm going to leave out on this note. And when we come back next month, this is just going to be the prelude to what we want to be talking about in January. So to answer your question, it is the reason why we created you.
Oh, I'm going on.
And with
mute
that
in
being